There we go. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, or good evening, whatever. And welcome to our first live of 2024. Today, we're going to get into roasting some skincare routines. Now, one of these routines, somebody is using two exfoliants at the same time in the same routine every day, and someone else is layering moisturizers for the gods and also using retinol during the day. So we're going to discuss these things. First, I also want to remind those of you watching this live in the chat, and those of you watching the replay, hey, to remember that you guys are my co-hosts, so I need your comments, I need your energy and whatnot to make this a successful live. And I apologize for being a little tardy to the party. I was having some technical difficulties, a little bit of technical difficulties in the beginning here too, because I haven't done a live stream in a minute. So I was like, well, how do I get? I'm in the live, but how can I get in the live? I had to actually take the little box and put myself in the live. So how are you guys doing today? Happy New Year. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the comments. And then as we talk about the skincare routines, let me know your thoughts, and we can get our thing going. Hello from England. All right, so I'm gonna give you a choice. So we're either gonna do. So I have two in my hands. I have two skincare routines. um, you can pick either somebody who is 43 years old or somebody who is 26 years old. So you guys let me know, which one should we do? Should we do the 26-year-olds routine first, or should we do the 43? We're gonna do them both, but you guys let me know which one you want to do first. And hello from England, Miami, Florida, Miami, South Africa. Hello, Maryland, Southern Illinois, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And also, just to let you know, despite the age of these skincare routines, there's still, things to learn regardless. So if you're looking for the 43-year-old, which I think overwhelmingly the first comments coming in are saying the 43-year-old, you still can learn from the 26-year-old's skincare routine. So let us get started. Now, this is what I was having technical difficulties with. And because I wanted to be able to show you, put up on the screen the actual skincare routine and things about them. And I couldn't figure that out, but I'm just gonna have to share my screen from Canva. And we're gonna have to work it from there. There we go. All right. Can I get rid of this? No. How can I get rid of this? Oh, there we go. There we go. And then we can do, let me come back here. Okay, so, oh, good. So I'm still in the box here and you guys can see. I'm gonna put this in full screen in a second. There we go. So our first routine, because you guys asked for the 43-year-old, is from LaKernike. And I'm so happy that she also sent me a voice note telling me how to pronounce her name. Very beautiful name. That I would have butchered without that pronunciation. So as we can see, LaKernike is 43 years old. She works from home. She works out 3 times a week. Her skin type is combo to dry, and her skincare concern is hyperpigmentation. So basically, I ask people to send me a little bit about their lifestyle, because sometimes your lifestyle can, coincide with what you need to do with your skin, so on and so forth. And let me show you some pictures of her skin. Now, I did block out her eyes because, the internet is not always the internet is not always a great place. Even though we are great people, not everyone has our same energy. And I just didn't want to be responsible for someone who is not a public figure, for people to be like coming for her. Not that people should be coming for her, but let's take a look at her skin. So her skin to me looks really good. These are pictures that she sent over through Instagram. Her skin looks good. She said that, one of her concerns was hyperpigmentation. But it looks to me as if she's gotten it under control. But as we all know, with hyperpigmentation, that is something that you constantly have to be treating. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for my phone because I need to turn off my heat because it is hot in here. Okay, let me just turn this heat off real quick. And plus, I don't want the noise from the heat to interrupt us. All right, so that's her skin. Now let's go into her AM skincare routine. So I will, of course, read it out so that we can, you ain't got to be sitting here like Ooh. So in the morning, for her cleanser, she alternates between the Cetaphil daily facial cleanser, the CeraVe hydrating cleanser, and the Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean. Now, typically, depending on where you live, the things like your climate, things like your lifestyle, things like there's a number of things. It could be that time of the month. It could be, maybe your skin is particularly dry because you're running indoor heat, or maybe you're traveling from one climate to another. There's a couple of things that can go into why you may need to switch up your cleansers. So that's why that's there. Serums and moisturizers, she's using the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair, which, in case you didn't know, you don't only have to use during the night. It can also be used during the day. I bet people at Estee Lauder are probably like, dang, why we call this Advanced Night Repair? Because now, it limits how much we can sell. She also uses the Olay Vitamin C plus Peptide 24 Serum. Now, just a quick note, I'm going to go through the routine, the AM and the PM, and then I'll give my thoughts as we go along, because I realized that, I could have us here all day. Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Youth Power Cream, that's a moisturizer. Then she also uses the Olay Retinol 24 moisturizer, the CeraVe facial moisturizer with SPF. So that's her daytime routine. Make sure that you leave your comments. Let me know what you think accordingly. But, just know that I'm going to go through the whole routine, and then we'll talk about, I'll give my thoughts on her routine. So at night, she uses the Tatcha, the rice wash. Under serums and moisturizer, the Tatcha Dewy Serum. Again, the Advanced Night Repair from Estee Lauder. The Revitalizing Supreme Plus Youth Power Eye Balm. And the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Then for her toner, and this one, it's a hydrating toner. There's so many different types of toners. Toners is a broad category, and I kind of wish it wasn't, because there's exfoliating toners, there's hydrating toners, and I'm gonna make a point in the 26-year-old's routine that will make you kind of be on my side, the way I feel about how I don't like how so many things are called toners. And then under meds, she's using tretinoin 3 times a week. So my thoughts. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this post already, because this is something that I do on Instagram that I thought, let's talk about it on YouTube. We can talk about it live. I think, I like talking to you guys in this capacity. And I think it's a really cool thing. Plus, I think we can learn from each other's skincare routines. This is not something where we bash people. As a matter of fact, anybody bashing people, I delete them comments, because that's not what this is about. That's not what I'm about. But however, I was like, LaKernicky, Miss Ma'am. I had to DM her back like, girl, are you using 3 moisturizers during the day? So let's go back to her daytime routine. Are you using 3 moisturizers during the day, one of which contains retinol? What you doing, Miss Ma'am? And she replied, yes, I know it's OD, but she's like, I'm trying to stay moisturized AF, right? So don't mind me, because I have notes here too, because I'm trying not to forget anything. And if I do forget anything, just chime in the comments. But okay, so here's a couple of things. Now, layering your moisturizers isn't necessarily a bad thing. You don't need to do it, because there's so many different types of moisturizers out there that you can switch from maybe something more lightweight for the summer, or you can switch to something that's creamy and thick for the winter time. But sometimes my thing is, people like things, and if these things are not hurting them or other people, we should allow people to enjoy the things, right? So layering your moisturizer is not inherently bad. You don't have to do it though. Now, what I was like, let me zoom in here. I was like, girl, why are you using that retinol 24 during the day? Right? Now, here's the thing with retinol, tretinoin. We'll get to the tretinoin. Excuse me. See, she like, her routine got me choking over here. So here's the thing with retinoids. And sometimes people are like, what's the difference between retinoid and retinol? So retinoid is like the group name, like the category name. Like how you have the Wu-Tang Clan. I use this analogy a lot. So Wu-Tang Clan is the group. So retinoids is the group. And then you have different types of retinoids, just like how you have different Wu-Tang Clan members. They're all vitamin A derivatives. However, some of them take more steps to convert to vitamin A than others. So some are stronger than others, yada, yada. So retinol is a retinoid. Tretinoin is a retinoid. So, okay. Now, there are some misconceptions with using a retinoid during the day. Some people say that it makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. Now, there's a little bit of like nuance there. So when you first get on a retinoid, as you may have experienced yourself, it can be a lot. There's irritation. Your skin is not used to this, is not used to what retinoids do on the skin. And a lot of times retinoids, depending on the one you're using, because, some of them do different things. Some work for acne, some are, do other things. But essentially the ones that she's using, they help to kind of help the skin with its turnover processes, which is basically where the skin turns over dead skin cells. There's certain times of the year and in certain life stages where our skin may need a little helping hand doing that, which is why a lot of us really love retinoids, especially, after the age of 30. Some of us are after the age of 40. And now the thing is that can make the skin a little bit more sensitive. Sometimes when you're using a retinoid when you first start a retinoid, sometimes you have to kind of like simplify your routine down because using a retinoid with like say something exfoliating or some other ingredient could further irritate your skin, which is why you need to take baby steps into using your retinoid. It's actually a video on the channel. I think it's called Retinoid 101 or something like that. But if you type in retinoid on the channel, for a second I had to make sure I was live on the right channel because y'all know I got 3 of them. I was like, wait, am I on the right channel? Anyway, but the thing with using a retinoid during the day, it's not necessarily that. Well, let me back that up. When you first start a retinoid, going out into the sun with your skin already sensitive for just being outside, just here's my skin. Not wise because it could really irritate your skin, especially if your skin is in a very irritating stage. You should be using sunscreen no matter what, but you especially want to use sunscreen when using a retinoid because you don't want to undo the work that the retinoid is doing during the day. I mean, at night by not wearing sunscreen during the day. So when you first use one, your skin might be a little bit sensitive, but retinoids don't inherently make the skin more sensitive to the sun. As a matter of fact, retinoids can help with undo some of the damage that the sun has done. But of course, you want to wear your sunscreen. Okay. Now, the main thing about not using a retinoid during the day is that some of them can degrade in UV. So basically, you go outside and the sun is like, womp womp, like not making your retinoid, do what it needs to do for you. There are some that can be used during the day, however, but it'll say that. So Olay actually makes a Olay Retinol 24 SPF moisturizer that can be used during the day. So she could probably switch that out, maybe take out the CeraVe and take out the Olay Retinol 24 moisturizer and use that. However, remember, let me go back to this nighttime routine. She's using tretinoin. You see that? Tretinoin. Tretinoin is a retinoid as well, and it's one of the high, probably if I can remember the retinoid hierarchy. I'm pretty sure tretinoin is unless they've come out with something new, I don't know, but tretinoin is probably one of the most potent of the retinoids. Why you don't need to use 2 retinoids at the same time. So you don't need to use tretinoin and then a retinol. For some people, especially Lakernicki, who is trying to combat hyperpigmentation, and we know hyperpigmentation from experience is not something for a lot of us that you get rid of once and then that's it. Sometimes, you got to be dealing with hyperpigmentation for the rest of your life because you're trying to prevent it. And in preventing it, you do things like try not to irritate your skin. So, other than that, because that could have been like her skin still looks amazing. Let me go back to the picture of her skin. Like her skin still looks amazing, but I don't want for her to down the line have issues. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you do the most with your skin, sometimes your skin may not react right away. Your skin might be like, when a woman's fed up, oh God, I'm not me singing that man song. I rebuke thee. But you know what I mean. Like sometimes you reach your breaking point and you just get pissed. That's what happens sometimes with the skin. So let me go and see what you guys got to say. Let me make sure I got all my points in because I gotta be getting the points in. But I think those were the main things that she should remove the retinol from during the day because she's already using the tretinoin at night. And plus, she could be rendering even if she wasn't using the tretinoin at night, using that Olay Retinol 24 during the day could render it, and not just that one in particular, because a lot of retinol should not be used during the day. She could have rendered it useless, which would have been a waste of time. But then also, if you do want to want that benefit of using the retinol during the day, you got the Olay Retinol 24 SPF, which is formulated to be used during the day. So let's see what you guys are saying here in the comments, and then we're going to go to the 26-year-old's routine, which again, I said, just because she's 26 don't mean that those of us who are 40 plus can't learn anything from it. Just as how those of you who are under 40, it's not like you couldn't have learned anything from this routine here. So let me see. Let me go back here. Let's see what you guys are saying in here. Somebody from Pennsylvania. Somebody who lives in Pennsylvania is from New York. Okay. Hello, Amor. That I would have during my routine. And if you guys want to submit your skincare routines, you can do so on my Instagram. You basically, let's see if I can share my screen here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I was gonna go live on Instagram too because they recently just came out with that option, but then I was like, let's see. Then I was like, oh, I don't know because I don't know if the dimensions are gonna be good and we're presenting here. So what you do is you go to my Instagram. Here I am. Hi, and then you go here to critique, and this will give you the information on how to submit your routine. You basically just DM it to me. Now I'll let you know from now that I have so many of these. Like I have probably about 3, maybe even 4 months worth of skincare routines. Still submit them. Just know that I might not get to yours right away. Carbon Star says, I'm not good with adding serums and stuff. I usually drop them after a few weeks. Only thing I'm consistent with is soap and moisturizer. And listen, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to just have a very basic routine. I would say make sure you at least wearing sunscreen during the day. Get a sunscreen moisturizer combination, and as long as you're applying the copious amounts of it, because you don't want to just be like, okay, I have on my sunscreen because they ain't helping nobody. The Puerto Rican princess says she makes her own serums. Ooh, you think you better than us? Okay, and then Carbon Star said, I wonder if she has tried Vaseline since she has dry skin, maybe cheaper. That's a great point. That is a great point. And also, it also brings up another point with skincare. It's just like there are different ways to get to your goals because we all like different things. Like how there's so many different cars out there. Like a car is going to get you from point A to point B in its most basic form, right? But some of us require you know, some of us require bigger cars because we got kids and stuff like that. Some of us want, you know, something. Me, I have a Jeep Renegade, which I've learned that they've discontinued, and I can see why. But I like to be at least a little, you know, a little higher up. But typically, I don't have a whole bunch of, I don't have a trailer load of people with me. So that's one good thing about skincare, though, is that there's different avenues. Carbon Star brings up a great point because, you know, being able to, if you put like you dampen your skin and then you put Vaseline on top, or you can have your moisturizer and then, you know, top it off with Vaseline. That's also something that could help as well. You know, obviously you do that at night because walking around with Vaseline during the day, you know, you might catch some mosquitoes and flies. Wu Tang Clan got 1,000 members. The RZA, the Jizza, old dirty bastard, Inspector Deck, you God, old dirty bastard. I know I'm forgetting a couple. And METHOD, man. As you can tell, I'm quite the fan, but I also have quite the not great memory. Oh, great point by Puerto Rican Princess. She needs to go what works for her skin type instead of the hype. Very true. And I also want to thank Puerto Rican Princess for being here early. She got here before I got here, got a little late, and she just, you know, started off the chat right. Thank you so much for that, Puerto Rican Princess. April Coleman, greetings. Hello, April. Jonathan says, "What's up?" Debbie says, "I'm in love with the L'Oreal Midnight line. It works wonders for my 40 plus skin." And the L'Oreal Midnight line, I would say, is similar-ish. It's hard to say dupe in skincare because, you know, ingredients and you don't know where people source the ingredients from. Yeah, yeah. But the L'Oreal Midnight line, I would say, is L'Oreal's answer to the Advanced Night Repair, which I actually use the Advanced Night Repair and love them. My wife said I'm not allowing your Instagram. You better listen to your wife. Tell your wife to get on my Instagram. Say La Vie, does she have a sunscreen in her skincare routine? Let's am I sharing my screen still? Share screen. Let's go. All right, I'm doing too much. Yeah, she did. She had a CeraVe SPF. I was trying to show it to you at the same time. I was like, I'm doing too much. As an esthetician, I find this so interesting. People do the most sometimes. They do. They really do. You don't have to do the most. You know, simple is best, but you know, people like things. So if people want to slather on 50 million moisturizers and it makes them feel good and it's not hurting themselves or others, by all means. There's certain things that you don't want to do too much of, and we're going to get into that in the 26-year-old routine because and the 26-year-old is actually someone that I know personally, so this will be pretty interesting. Jay Holloway, oh my God, hello, just finished watching on the other channel. Thank you so much. Like I was telling you guys before, I have other channels. I have a fashion channel and a lifestyle channel. So my lifestyle channel, I talked about money mistakes that I made in 2023. And then on the fashion channel, which we have coming up at 1:00 today, I'm talking about 2024 fashion mistakes to avoid. Debbie said, I tried Estee Lauder's line, but it had too much caffeine in the ingredients and it kept me awake at night. Damn. And that's another reason why it's good that, you know, skincare brands do make similar-ish products because of something like this. And because sometimes people just don't want to spend, you know, a gazillion dollars on something. Pal said, Happy New Year, darling. Looking gorgeous as usual, honey. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Oh, we love somebody who puts us on. Advanced Night Repair is 50% off at Sephora today only. Okay, thank you so much, Girly Girl. Y'all make sure y'all give Girly Girl you know, like thank you, Girly Girl, for that. All right, so I'm going to present the next skincare routine. Let me get it queued up over here so that you know, I don't be looking stupid when I when I share the screen. All right, so let me cue this up. The next skincare routine actually comes from my personal trainer. Now I don't have pictures of her skin, but I'm gonna go on her Instagram, you know, after we share this, so that you guys can see her skin. But I get to see her skin up close and personal, and I can attest to her making progress, because I've been with her since 2020. We've been working out together since 2020, and I have seen the improvement in her skin. However, this routine, we'll see. So her name is Yasmin. She's 26. She's a personal trainer. She works out 5 times a week. Her skin type is dry, and her skin concern is to fade dark spots, and she wants smoother skin. Now, I'm gonna. I wish there was an easier way for me to easily go through the various screen sharings. However, it is what it is, you know? So I'm going to pull up her Instagram, because here's where I would share the pictures. But I want you guys to see that Yasmin means business. And I work out with her tomorrow morning. And I actually saw her last night too, because she had a little birthday party celebration at this bowling alley that was really nice. So this is Yasmin. Yasmin is doing the most. Look at these workouts. She be trying to have me doing this stuff. I'm like, girl, goodbye. I do it, but I complain. Not this kind of stuff. But the workouts that she be having me doing, I do it, but I am going to complain every step of the way. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here's one where she's talking. Maybe, I don't know if you guys can see her skin. But I asked her to send me skin pictures, and she sent me some all backlit kind of. I was like, girl, you know what it is. Most of her, this is an old. All right, I don't think you guys can see her skin, but you get the point that she is a person that exists. All right, so let's get into her skincare routine, because I was like, okay, you listen, but do you listen? I guess she got me back, because my behind the way I do. All right, let's get back here on this screen. All right, so again, 26, personal trainer, works out 5 times a week. Now, her AM routine, she cleanses. Now, I'm going to talk through the routine, and then I'll give you my thoughts after. That way, we can just go through this together. So she cleanses with Dove bar soap. Her step 2 is she uses the Bolden Brightening Glycolic Acid Toner. Step 3, she uses the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Step 4, she actually told me she uses whatever sunscreen she has on hand, which usually comes from me, because I get I have a surplus of things. I'll give it to her. So currently she's using the La Roche Posay Anthelios UV Correct SPF 70. She's also dabbled into mineral sunscreens, but there were a couple of times I was like, girl, what you got on your face? So she does prefer the chemical sunscreens, and she likes a lot of the she likes La Roche Posay, and I believe she likes some of the Korean sunscreens as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, and then we go into the PM routine, and she cleanses again with the Dove bar soap. Then she moves on to the Bolden Brightening Glycolic Acid Toner. Then she uses the Paula's Choice BHA 2% exfoliant. Then she does the L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Then the Earth to Skin Honey Manuka Day Gel Cream. Or, during the colder season, she uses the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. Okay, so I'm going to give my commentary. Let's start with this AM. Let's go back to the AM. Now, some people, you might be thinking like, why is she using the bar soap? You're not supposed to use bar soap on your skin. Dove ain't like regular bar soap. Dove is not like a harsh thing like your Irish Spring. Oh my God, y'all ever use Irish Spring soap? I don't know why my mom was fixated on Irish Spring soap, and there was another one, maybe because it was on sale growing up. But that Irish Spring soap would dry the skin out to brass glow. like you put that on, you need to put a fire hose of water on and slather yourself in Vaseline after using Irish Spring soap. That mess is so drying. But Dove bar soap is not like that. Dove has a 1/4 moisturizer. Y'all know the spiel with the Dove bar soap. It's not for everybody, but you can actually use Dove bar soap to clean your face. A lot of dermatologists and doctors in general really like Dove bar soap because it's gentle, it's simple, yada yada. Gynecologists like it as well. Although this is another topic for another day, but a lot of gynecologists, I don't know what they be teaching them in school or whatever, what have you. Now, you're not supposed to do like over scrub and overwash and that kind of stuff because it can mess up your pH. But a lot of gynecologists recommend just cleaning the vulva with just water. But then they're like, or you could use like Dove bar soap. I'm like, oh yeah, if the choice is Dove bar soap or just water, I'm a but another topic for another day. So the Dove bar soap is not necessarily a bad thing. So the Bolden Brightening Glycolic Acid Toner, I actually like the Bolden skincare brand. I've done some work with them before. It's a Black-owned brand. Their sunscreen, I believe it's called the Brightening Sunscreen, something like that. I like that as well. Glycolic acid gets had a thing, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, where people were saying that it's not for skin of color, and that it's too harsh, yada yada yada. Not necessarily true. Glycolic acid works, is kind of nicknamed the anti-aging exfoliant, and that's because it works really well at smoothing the skin and a couple of other properties that people look for when as you get older. And then another thing is it exfoliates. So a lot of people, no matter your age, you like to exfoliate. However, as we get a little older, as we get up there in age, your skin, the turnover process, because the skin kind of does its own thing to help exfoliate. However, sometimes it needs a little helping hand, and as you get older, that process starts to slow down, and that's why people tend to like glycolic acid. But you can use it at any age because Yasmin is 26. The L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I think we kind of understand hyaluronic acid. If not, because I know not everybody's on the same page sometimes with skincare, but hyaluronic acid helps to hydrate and plump the skin. Hyaluronic acid is found naturally in some parts of the body, like if you're got like dry eyes, it's probably because you're something in your system not producing enough HA. But applied topically, it can help to hydrate and plump the skin. And we know we need sunscreen. Thank you, Jay Holloway, for reminding people to like the video. I mean, if you like it. If you don't like it, I guess that's okay. All right, now this PM skincare routine I take especially personal, right? Because Yasmin actually consumes a lot of my content. Not all of it, but she does, when she has the time, she does consume some of my content, which is funny to me. Like in case you just came in, she's also my personal trainer. So whereas I'm kind of like, I wouldn't even say I'm roasting her here, but what I'm critiquing her on here, she'd probably be like, girl, like if I were to sit up here and tell y'all how to do RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, like she'd probably be like, how many times I done showed you how to do that and you still doing it wrong? Like, you know what I mean? So cut the girl some slack. So she cleanses again with the Dove bar soap, which again, not a huge issue. That's not for everybody, but also not a huge issue. Now, what I take exception to, and what made me want to be like, girl, what is you doing? And when she sent me this routine, I'm sorry, I'm like yelling now because I got a little excited. My bad, y'all. I had to really be like, girl, wait, you use the Bolden glycolic acid and the Paula's Choice BHA. And is that a typo that you're using it in the same routine? And you use it every day? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. So if you're unaware, these are both exfoliants, right? So glycolic acid, I already explained what glycolic acid does. And the Paula's Choice BHA 2% exfoliant is also an exfoliant, it says exfoliant right there. But BHA, aka salicylic acid, it works by going deep into the pore, clearing the gunk out of helping to clear some of the gunk out of the pore. And then in turn, that can help to prevent acne, right? I would say that the Paula's Choice BHA 2% is somewhat gentle. They do have one that's 1% if the 2% is too much for you. Now, I don't think that those of us, especially those of us who are trying to prevent hyperpigmentation, I don't think you should exfoliate every day. There's already so many things that count as exfoliation. Simply going like this to wash your face counts as exfoliation. Drying your face. If you're drying your face with a towel or a paper towel, that's a gentle exfoliant, gentle form of exfoliation. This damn bold and brightening glycolic acid toner, that's an exfoliant. The Paula's Choice is an exfoliant. So you're doing so much, and I'm so surprised. And mind you, I see her 3 times a week. Excuse me, I just need to just dabble the nose a little bit, just a little dab. I see her 3 times a week, and her skin, like I've seen the improvement in her skin from when we started working together, and her skin has beautiful texture. It radiates, it looks good, but I have to stop her before she don't have no more skin left because this is a lot. So I think at most of us need to exfoliate with an actual exfoliating product 1 to 3 times a week. Closer to the 1 time a week if you have drier or more sensitive skin. And with anything, if you're trying something new for the first time, ease your way into it. But I think that exfoliating this often over time, and you're trying to prevent hyperpigmentation, like some things with skin, your skin might not react right away, but after a while, your skin just gets fed the F up, and it just starts like wilding out on you. So I would definitely tell her to alternate these. So she can alternate them by using them in different routines. Like maybe she uses the glycolic acid during the day and the BHA at night, or she alternates the days. But she definitely should not. Should not is very harsh thing to say. But I definitely don't recommend using both of these every single day. It's too much. It's too much. And then I would also, I think I left a note here that I do like that she alternates her moisturizers. Like I mentioned earlier, certain times of the year, you may need a little bit more. Like right now, it's winter here, and I'm using a different excuse me, I'm using a different moisturizer than I would during the summer. So I do like that she's conscious of that. I would also tell her to start looking into incorporating a retinoid in her routine, but not with all of this exfoliating. I would say once she like decreases some of the exfoliation in a few months, maybe start looking into using a retinoid at night. And then when you start a retinoid, you have to be very gentle because for some people, retinoids can, increase the skin's sensitivity, and in adding that amount of exfoliation to it is a lot. Which is why I don't like that almost everything is called a toner, because then I feel like people get mixed up with this because not everybody's got a PhD in skincareology, right? Sometimes people just pick things up and they see somebody using it and they use it, they think it makes sense. Calling everything a toner to me is kind of like crazy because you have hydrating toners. If you use 2 hydrating toners, the chances of you irritating your skin are probably pretty slim depending on what's in the formulation. But using 2 exfoliating toners, that's a lot. So I feel like, I'm sorry, you guys. Let me just tell her I will call her back. Hi, Miss Shirley. I'm going to call you right back. How you doing? Okay, good. I'm going to call you right back. All right, take care. All right, sorry, y'all. I didn't want, that's a long story, but I didn't want her to think that I was like ignoring her. So let's see what you guys have to say about that. Let's see. Oh, there was a lot of things on here that you guys had to say. Oh, wait, let me change this. Jay Holloway says the best routine is a simple one. Debbie said, I don't mind spending the money. After watching your video on good dupe for Estee Lauder, I tried Midnight first, then Estee Lauder, L'Oreal Midnight 1. Exactly. So sometimes it's like, just because you don't have to spend the money, like people like really fancy cleansers. I feel like sometimes, you don't need to, not you, but I maybe don't need to spend so much on something. And then sometimes people want to, people like the experience that they get with it. So it really just depends. Google said, I need that Yasmin in my life. You're looking great, Danielle. Thank you so much. A mineral SPF will do that. It will. Sometimes I be like, girl, you got a mineral sunscreen, don't you? The same way. I love that girl. The same way I could see Yasmin's eyes slowly looking down in my stomach, where it seems as if she can freaking see what I ate that was wrong. Oh, Debbie said, I love the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. Me too. I like that, especially in the colder months. Say la vie, Irish Springs used to dry me out. Yo, it is the worst. Zest! Hydera. Remember the commercial, Zest fully clean? You're not fully clean unless you're Zest fully clean. Lies. Lies. The way that thing used to freaking dry us out. Got me squeaky clean. No. Irish Spring and Gold Down suck the life out, but you're clean. No. Yep. Your mom was probably using Zest. Smelled so good. Yeah, they would smell so good, but they would dry you out. Oh my god. Again, don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much. What's not to like? You're my New York BFF in my mind. Yo, thank you so much. Ah, y'all. Yes, we're gonna get that barrier in trouble. Yup. Mm-hmm. Too tough on your skin. Agreed. Let's see. Natasha says she exfoliates twice a week. Okay. Hey big sis and all the lovely people here. Hey Sarah, I love seeing you, Sarah. I love seeing all of you. Blacks. Ooh Lord, Blacksicana. Hooked on phonics work for me. Yasmin's young, so her skin barrier isn't as affected by using the AHA and BHA. Maybe the moisture from the Dove Bar helps. Great point. Great point. Sarah said, I'm so scared of starting retinol, man. I just got my skin manageable these last couple years. You got to ease your way into that mess. I have a video on how to ease your way into it. Did you finish I'm so glad you brought this up. Did you finish the program at Spelman or was it CAU? What's CAU? I'm not sure what CAU is. I'm glad you brought that up because I took I guess you could call it the intro cosmetic science class, which kicked my behind. The Spelman classes are asynchronous. I think that's the word, right? Asynchronous, where you don't have to meet up with the class all at the same time. Like you work on your own. Which, when you think about it, like if you have a busy schedule, that sounds great. But the subject matter, the subject matter, I felt like, yeah, we needed to. I felt like meeting once together, maybe, or because I think it's 6 weeks. Was it 6 weeks? I believe it was 6 weeks, over a 6 week period. And they were just things that I was like, yeah, I probably would have benefited from. Learning from other people and getting that kind of energy. But I finished the class. I got a B. I can't remember if I got a B plus or a B minus, but it was definitely a B. And I was like, ooh, thank the Lord, because there was some tests I took where I was like, oh, Clark Atlanta. Okay, thank you. I was like, Lord. So I knew that I took that in April. I knew that I didn't want to go in for the next semester because I was like, yo, that class was kicking my behind, because you think like, oh, you only need 15 hours a week, but like you needed them 15 hours a week to dedicate to that, right? A lot of things that I learned. So I knew I wanted to take the next term off because there was no way I was doing that back to back. Then I think I forgot for the term after that. But just now I was like, oh, they got a January term. How I get in? I didn't email. Oh no, the second time I didn't forget. The second time I emailed somebody and was like, hey, I want to sign up for the next class. How do I do this? Because it's like it's not intuitive. There's no like, thing that says, okay, sign up for the next class in the portal or whatever. And I know like my way around a computer. Ain't like I'm a certified old, I'm a old, but not a certified old. No response from anyone. So I was like, so then I forgot about it. And then most recently I was like, nah, I'm trying to finish this. So I reapplied for the program thinking that it would trigger the systems that somebody gonna get back to me. But I think the semester starts Monday, tomorrow. And nobody got back to me. I'm like, I want to get in, but what's happening? And then the next time to get in after that, I think might be March or so. I want to finish, but I can't. Yes, asynchronous. Okay, good. I'd be exfoliated to the white meat and taking hot showers. Oh my god, I kicked the light. I'm my own patch to jail. Jail. Danielle, I'm in PA. I see a derm white, and she's saying I can do Fraxel for acne pit scars on cheek and chin. Is Fraxel laser good for acne scars and skin of color? I don't. Let me Google it because I don't feel like it is. Fraxel laser for skin of color. There's certain lasers that are good for us and certain ones that are not. Okay. All right. So from what I just looked up, because of the heat that's generated from the Fraxel laser, that I don't think that it would be very beneficial for you because that extra heat can, you know how we hyperpigment breakout heat, which can come from that machine. It could be heat from the sun. It could be like, shoot, some people skin might be so sensitive. You go open up the oven trying to get your baked mac and cheese out, and then all of a sudden it's like scars, scratches, bug bites. Those sort of things can trigger hyperpigmentation. And the amount of heat that comes from the Fraxel might make it not ideal for skin of color. I would get a second and third opinion. That's not to say that white dermatologists don't know what they're doing at all. There are some, but you need one that actually knows what they're talking about. So I would get a second and third opinion. And then there's certain things that even if the laser is right for us, like there's PicoSure, there's oh gosh, I can't think of the other types of lasers, but the wavelength typically is not the wavelength. The type of laser that's typically for us is the ND YAG, which a lot of different types of lasers use. However, just having the laser that's for the blacks is not enough. You need somebody who understands how to use it, because even when you have a situation where you have the right laser, you can still have the wrong operator. So you need the right operator and the right laser. I do not think that you should just go by what this particular derm says. I would get a second and third opinion, but I am of the thought that Fraxel is one of those lasers that we need to stay away from. But I ain't no dermatologist, so and maybe yours might not need to be a dermatologist if she. Let me stop. All right, you guys. So that's all I have when it comes to this skincare routine. I hope that we can do more of these. I wanted to definitely, because I see a lot of our regulars in here. A lot of you guys, I see your names a lot in comments and when we do lives. I do. Excuse me. I would hopefully love to take like a minute or two of your time to talk about. Excuse me, I'm so verklempt. I would like to take a moment or two of your time to ask what kind of content you like to see, because I'm I'm at a crossroads. See you at the crossroads when it comes to this channel, right? Because certain things just don't be hitting. You know what I'm saying? Certain things hit, and then certain things don't be hitting. I want to make sure that I'm giving you content that hits. And when I look at my analytics, it says that most people who watch my channel, like it'll tell you like what other channels and what other types of videos that people watch. And I'm like, where did I steer differently? Because on my fashion channel, it tells me that they watch other fashion channels, right? Here, it tells me that y'all watching gossip. So I'm like, how did I attract, what video did I put out that attracted people who like gossip? And I wonder if it was either some of the hair videos, but that's, to me, hair is still adjacent to skin because, the scalp and, whatnot. And plus the hair topics that I talk about, I think are different than what you would get on someone who actually knows how to style hair, because I don't know how to style hair. I like to get experts on here and talk about, hair loss and stuff like that. But what type of topics do you like? Because the thing is, I pay an editor to edit my, matter of fact, he just texted me too. I pay an editor to edit all my videos, and I'm of the thought of, you know, I time, you know, I got to make sure my money stretches. And to have him edit a video, or his team rather, edit a video that y'all not feeling, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do more lives because I don't need to edit a live. I just get up on here and we can have our love thing going. But I was thinking of doing a series. Now, this has been done before on YouTube, but I in what I see on YouTube, I don't watch a lot of now. I don't watch a lot of skincare videos. I watch a lot of like crime and yesterday, I was stuck on this guy's channel who talks about like Canada, and I was stuck on his channel for like a good 15 videos deep because he was just so interesting with all of these like random facts about Canada and stuff like that. So I don't watch a lot of skincare videos because they don't come up in my recommended. But I have not seen anyone do this in the way that I want to do it. But or maybe Dr. V has done something similar. But I wanted to go through the different skincare brands and talk about like, okay, these are the products that that are more popular, and this is why, and blah 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 blah. Like just kind of go over some different brands, and where we would have a place where you guys in the comments can then give your thoughts on the products as well, so that it's not just me talking like blah 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 blah, blah, which you know is important because you know it's my channel, you know I got to talk, but also where you know you guys can be in the comments and you know interact with each other and talk about your experiences with that brand and that brand's products. I was thinking of doing a series like that, maybe like once a month, and then we just be on here on live talking. But then I just also got another good idea for a video that I was like, well, I kind of want to do that. I don't. I'm conflicted because, to be honest with you, being a content creator, you know, and I'm not gonna be on some woe is me, I'm a content creator, like, oh, that's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is that you know, you want to put out content that people enjoy, right? And what happens sometimes is I wind up my skincare channel has like this channel has like 173,000 subscribers, I believe. My fashion channel has like just under 23, or maybe it just hit 23,000. My fashion channel gets more views on videos than this channel does. So I'm like, what is happening? But then I get surprised because like last week or 2 weeks ago, I posted the video on aging. And I was surprised. I think that's at 10,000 views now. And I'm surprised at that. But then I also have videos where um the video on losing your edges has over 1 million views and it's still getting views. It's still one of my most viewed videos. Still gets comments. The video on your bikini region, whether you should wax or shave, and you know, getting rid of ingrown hairs and stuff like that. And that video, that I actually really love that video. I like all my videos, but I really love that one in particular because of the way that it was constructed. I had a gynecologist on and a dermatologist on. I thought that was kind of cool. That has close to 1 million views. So there's videos that be popping, and I also realized that skincare content is on a decline. But we still have skin. We still have issues. So I'm like, what do I do? Let's see what y'all are saying. And then also what did really well on this channel was the skincare, reacting to other people's skincare routines, which I also think I like, because that's essentially what this was. That's essentially what this was. And I do enjoy that. But for something like this to really, really work, because I felt like this worked, I liked it. But in terms of like YouTube video, I think it works best when, you know, you can actually see the person doing the skincare routine and all that. And that's a lot for me to ask of people that follow me, you know? Let's see what you guys are saying. Say La Vie, do you have any tips for moisturizing the lips? I'm so basic. That what I do is I'll apply lately I've been using what's the brand? Not The Ordinary. What's the other brand? The Inky List. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. Then I put on not only their lip balm but also their sunscreen today. Inky List has a balm that they came out with at some point last year that I like. Right after I wash my face, I usually put it on when my lips are a little bit damp. But Naturium also has the colored balms, which I can't remember if I actually said something about this or if I like said it in my head but didn't say it to y'all. But I was so excited for those. because there was a video on the Natorium Instagram where a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sister with chocolate skin showcased them. But them things don't look like on me like they looked on her. On her, the pigment of the balm showed up. Me, all of them joints look the same, I feel like. But and then regular old Vaseline, Aquaphor. I'm basic. What I don't really love, yet I bought it anyway. Do I have it here to show y'all? Oh, yep. I'm only using it because I'm like, I like the smell. So Laneige lip sleeping mask. I don't know. Y'all know what I said. But this was all the rage. Now, when they had just the pink and then maybe like the light blue one, like a couple years ago, I quickly realized like this don't feel like it's working anymore. And Dr. Dre actually has a video on why stuff like this like kind of like stops working after a little bit. I think this is a waste of money. Although I definitely saw somebody on TikTok. It's actually somebody I know in real life on TikTok did a video on this. I was like, oh my god, I want that. It's not worth it. I mean, if you use and love the Laneige lip sleeping mask, which by the way, you can use throughout the day as well. I don't think it's worth it, but somebody might disagree with me. Jay Holloway said this was fun. I love going live. I really love being able to talk to you guys right away. I do think that the playback might be hard to watch for people who weren't live with us, but they just had to join us live like next time. Puerto Rican Princess says she really loves this. Thank you so much. More skincare, please. I just love skincare and beauty routines. Yeah, I'm trying to definitely think of ways to make it more interesting, I want everything and everything. I am loyal to the soul. Thank you so much, Sarah. Hydira, they lying because I'm here for the sunscreen and chats with the derms. Yes, and I definitely want to get our derm friends on the channel again too. It might be the ones with the celebrities on the thumbnail. Oh yes, because I did. But you know what's funny? Let me look at my channel because I feel like I don't have to. Here's the thing. When you put a recognizable figure in a thumbnail, it makes people more likely to click. Now, there's certain things that, and if you've seen some of my thumbnails, y'all know I got to be playing games to get people to click on the stuff, right? But I still feel like I don't play games in a way where I mislead you as to what the video is about. But I definitely have taken it there sometimes in some of my thumbnails where it's like, girl, is that somebody's triangle? But sometimes you gotta really go there with that. Now, I did post a video. There's a couple of videos where I'm like shocked at how. Let me share my screen with you guys so you know what I'm talking about. That I am a little shocked at how how they performed or how they didn't perform. So, for instance, this did better than some of what my videos have been doing. This one with Gabrielle Union in the thumbnail. I think if I were to take a deep dive into like some of the comments that this video got and people's general sentiments about celebrities, I think people are under the misconception that all celebrities have better access to things than we do. Some of them do, some of them don't. That's how you wind up with celebrities who still get jacked up when they when they go to these dermatologists and plastic surgeons and stuff like that, because they looking in the yellow pages like we are. You gotta be a certain age to know about the yellow pages. Let me go back. How do I go back? Oh, there we go. Then this one did decently, right? Then I put Nia Long in here. Now both Gabrielle Union and Nia Long been in the news lately, but this one didn't do 4.3K. Now I stopped worrying about what the views look like, because for what would happen with a lot of my videos is that I'd be like sitting here dwelling on this, and then 3 months later I will look at the video and it'll shoot up. So usually mine are what they call growers and not showers, right? But I think what also, because somebody had said that the celebs don't look better 40 plus, which I have to wholeheartedly disagree. These ladies is looking they look good at 20, but they look damn good 40 plus, right? And so people were saying, oh, that's not true. And, you know, I don't know. Then this one with Michael Jackson, I just knew because there were certain things about his vitiligo that I don't think that people realize. But Michael Jackson hasn't been in the news cycle, so I can kind of understand why that didn't do very well. But it also attracted some really, really strange Michael Jackson fans. So I don't know. Let's see what else y'all saying up in here. Oh, former hairstylist as well. Yes, I can tell from your avatar because that hair is laid, honey. Maybe the celeb skincare aging ones with the showing the gossip stuff because of celeb news. I'm not one for that personally. Okay, I can agree with that. I love this live. More of these are fun. Your energy is epic. Thank you so much. I definitely want to do more lives. Maybe pimple popping, that'll attract some people. I did have a pimple excuse me, pimple popping one that did not that did do well. But I got demonetized. I guess because I don't know. Okay. Most times I don't get your notifications or when you post in the community page. So I always manually check multiple times a day, every day to check when you post, hence why I was late. And that could be another thing. Tag YouTube. You know what? That is so true. Because there's certain people that I really love to watch. I don't watch every single thing that they post. Like, do you guys know Kempire? He does and I don't usually like gossip, right? Because I do feel like what you consume, you have in your mind, and it intrudes your thoughts. But there's certain people who I just love their personality. I really love his personality and the way he delivers the information. So I'll watch him. But I do notice that when his notification, like I'll get a notification that he's live as if he was live right away, but he was live an hour ago. Like, come on, YouTube, get with the program. Do series roasting brands. I think that I'm definitely gonna do that. Hiram does that, but not from the perspective of black skin. I would love to see a brand by brand highlight. I agree. Dr. V has done them, and I'd have to say that I really liked her watching her videos like that until like Dr. V is a controversial type of person. She is charismatic as fuck. Ooh, excuse my French, but she's super charismatic. And I think when I started watching her videos back then, that her being so charismatic, like I feel like if she lived in the US or if I lived in the UK, I'd be like, girl, let's go get some drinks or something. She's very charismatic. And that's very appealing to me. But then I had to stop watching because after a while I was like, that's not right. Like that's not correct. But yeah, let's see. I think book Rafi Yellow Pages. What are your thoughts on younger audience so into skincare now, preteens and teenagers? I was thinking about doing a video on this, but actually the video that I uploaded before this one kind of alludes to this. I didn't get into it too in depth. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I had a skincare routine at 10, but when I was 10, back in the olden days, when I was 10, it was the very early 90s. And there was tween skincare like Clean and Clear, Noxzema, those sort of things. I had a skincare routine at 10, but I think I had a skincare routine at 10 because my mom sold Mary Kay, and I was like, I want to be like my mama. And my older sisters were like 7 and 10 years older than me, so I always aspired to be like, to be like them. But I don't think it's bad. What I think where we go way too left, there was a video that went viral on TikTok where a 14-year-old was sharing her anti-aging routine. Like, girl, did you even get your period yet? What do you mean anti-aging? Like, what? That's where I feel like it goes too far. And I also feel like some of these little kids are using really expensive things like Drunk Elephant. Don't get me started on Drunk Elephant. Maybe when we do our series, I'll get into my Drunk Elephant gripes. But they're using Drunk Elephant. They're using, what else are they using? I don't know. I don't even know if the teen brands that still exist now even appeal to teenagers. Like teenagers now ain't gonna be using no Seabreeze. They ain't gonna be using no Noxzema. They ain't gonna be using no Clean and Clear. Do they? I don't know. I still see it on the market. But one thing I learned from somebody many years ago in beauty is that some of these brands don't care about whether they. Okay, let me not say that they don't care. There's a better way to phrase this, but I'll just give the information and then you do with what you will. But some brands will have certain products because they want that presence there. It's almost like a way of competing. I think I'm saying this wrong, so maybe I shouldn't say it. But sometimes brands put things out on the shelves just to be like, I'm here. And what? And to maybe take space away from the competition. And some of these brands have money to do that. I think it would be nice to also have a baseline for black, dark skincare, hair care, and some simple makeup looks. People can get rude and look down on you if you don't know, but don't share info. People can get rude and look down on you if you don't know, but don't share info. Yes, I totally agree with this because I find that not all of us are as well versed on skincare as others. Like I can say something like exfoliants, or there was something that I say actives. You know how we just say actives? And I would say about 80 to 95% of the people in this room right now know what's meant by actives. But a lot of people, I remember on Instagram, people would be like, what are actives? Actives are active ingredients. So these are the things that make make a change in your skin. So like vitamin C, benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, glycolic acid, so on and so forth. Those are examples of actives. So I do try to, give you a little bit of, elevated and still break it down at the same time. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much, Debbie. Too much drama. Kempire isn't messy, and I like that. Exactly. Kempire has a live show. I got to see if there's still tickets left, because I was like, oh, should I go? But my thing was, I would love him, and I would love to. I might buy a ticket anyway, but I wasn't sure if I was going to actually like go. Well, I'm on a no spend this month, so technically I shouldn't be spending any money on the tickets. But in January, it is very hard for me to commit to go into things because it could be snowing. As a matter of fact, I got into a car accident last night. I'll tell you more about that later. I'm fine. Matter of fact, that's who called me before, the lady that I got into the accident with. I didn't want her to think like, Dr. V was good until she started overselling her product. And let me tell you something. I ain't knocking nobody's hustle because shoot, I might be on here like QVC, like buy my products. But the thing that that used to what's the word that I want to use? Annoy me? I don't know if annoy is the right word because I wasn't sitting here really like bothered or annoyed by it. But the way that people would be like, Dr. V, she doesn't even put ads on her videos, and she doesn't do sponsorships, so she can't be bought, and this and that and the third. To try to make like those of us who do put ads and get sponsorships like we lying or something. But then it's like, of course she ain't doing all of that because she got a skincare line. Like I was like, are y'all like, is this real life? There was a good 1 to 2 years where I used to be over here like, is this real life? And there's certain things that you just cannot say because people will take it the wrong way. You get bombarded by I don't know if it's bots or people just don't have a lot of free time on their hands to just be like bombarding you with stuff. But for the longest time, I was like, what is happening? But like I said, that woman is charismatic as hell. Hi, love from me. Hi, Raya. How you doing? Now that part is crazy. Ooh, I don't even remember what we was talking about. What was crazy? Anyone have any tips on where to start with my skincare routine? I have quite a bit of pigmentation. I would say a great place to start is some of my older videos, but I would say definitely start out by, if you're not wearing sunscreen already, to make sure that you incorporate sunscreen into your skincare routine. There's this whole thing. People have been fighting with me all my life. I had to fight Black people about wearing sunscreen on the internet. I always bring up the fact that that I was called a bed wench, and all sorts of vile names. Somebody said I should be shot for telling Black people that we need to wear sunscreen. But I'm still here. I'm still here. But anyway, that is one of the most important things when you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, because the UV can make hyperpigmentation worse, particularly the UVA. And UVA is something that can penetrate windows. You ain't even got to be outside. Like, I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and UVA right now is like, let's get this girl, get her. So you want to wear your sunscreen. And keep things super simple. I think one of the biggest mindsets that people have when they have hyperpigmentation or any skin issue, because skin issues, I don't think people realize, people who don't have skin issues may not realize how debilitating having something that you see, like you look in the mirror. I was watching something on this channel that does Michael Jackson videos that I'll be watching, where they were talking about, where Michael Jackson was saying how there was a point in his life he was so embarrassed about his acne that he wouldn't even look in, he would wash his face with the lights off in the bathroom. He wouldn't even look in the mirror while he was washing his face, because he was so distraught and so like traumatized over the acne. And it didn't help that his own daddy was like, pimple, you know how Joe is. So people don't realize how debilitating that is. And sometimes people want it going right away. And that is where you go wrong. Because then you wind up using things that are too harsh for your skin. You're doing too much, and it actually makes the hyperpigmentation worse. So sunscreen, and then ease your way into things slowly. I would try to find a dark spot treatment that, now this is going to be a big old, one of those times where it's like big old words, but that has multiple tyrosinase inhibitors. Basically what that means is there's a couple of ways that your skin reacts to trauma. It could be a pimple, it could be heat, it can be a bug bite, a scratch. It could be dry skin. Dry skin can also cause discoloration and hyperpigmentation. There's so many different ways in which that your skin can react to that trauma. So tyrosinase inhibitors help to block the different pathways that the discoloration can come through your skin. So an example of that is the faded the Topicals faded product. Right? Topicals is the name of the brand, and Fade. I don't know why I always get that mixed up, because they have other products. But Topicals, no, Faded by Topicals is an example of that, because it has a number of things that can help. Cispera, take some time, go through the channel. There's a dark spot playlist. There's other routines, so you can see what helps for other people. I'm not just saying that because I want you to like watch my videos, but watch my videos. No, but there's like a lot of really good information there. Girl, they really had us using strong Noxzema. I think it's good for teens to have the info. I definitely wish I had started using sunscreen earlier. Yeah, I didn't start wearing sunscreen regularly until I was maybe like 19, 20. But for my time, that was pretty like unheard of. TikTok has little kids watching older young women, so they want what they have. It's all the same. My 7-year-old niece has drunk elephant stuff. Trick. It's the trick for me. I watched this video of a mom with I don't remember how old her daughter was, but she was a tween, maybe 9, 10, or something like that. I don't know. Small little thing, right? The daughter but I thought it was an adorable video, so I liked it and commented that, oh, she's so sweet. I love this. But the daughter was kind of like a little princess, and I liked it because it was a little Black girl. And I find that we're not given that treatment quite enough. And I'm not saying the answer to that is, excessive consumption and capitalism, right? The answer to that is not that. However, because we don't often get to see ourselves being treated nicely, like regularly, some of us, it's good to see that, I think. But the mama was like, this is what she wanted for Christmas, and this is what I wound up getting her. Lululemon. First of all, we ain't even gonna get into the fact that Lululemon don't like Blacks from what I'm gathering from like what ex-employees are saying, and that guy who's no longer part of their like management, but he has one of the biggest stakes in it. He keep running his mouth talking about not everybody need to be wearing our clothes, kind of thing. And that basically he's like against diversity. But one, Lululemon is expensive, and I think it's expensive, but I also have been wearing the same gym clothes since 2020 because unless it fall apart, I'm still wearing that joint. And then two, they don't sell kids clothes, so she would have to buy the smallest size and then get it altered. So I do think that a lot of these kids are getting exposed to things. And I don't even think as a like obviously I don't have children. I don't how do you even like you can tell your kid they can't have a phone, they can't get on TikTok and this and that and the third, but you gonna be with them at school when the other kids is talking about it? No. So it's hard. Yeah, I think there should be disclaimers on certain skincare products, and influencers need to make certain age things clear. I think these brands need to market properly to teens to build good habits. Okay, I agree. Dr. Dre did a video on this that I think is also really insightful, coming from a dermatologist standpoint, because some of these products aren't going to be bad for your teen to use, or your tween or child. Well, they're all children to use, but I think I think it's just worth having a conversation. But then again, here's the thing: how do you, as a parent, you ain't even got your own skincare routine together? How do you, as your parent, parent your kid about properly using skincare products? Now you got to get a PhD in dermatology because little Nakia wants some drunk elephant. um. Do you wear sunscreen every day? Do you get the back of your neck? Do you reapply? If so, how many times a day? I don't know if this was directed towards the person who asks about starting their routine, or if this is to me or everyone, but I'll answer. And yes, I wear sunscreen every day. I get the back of my neck. Me personally, I don't reapply because I just be in here unsweating. I do reapply on gym days because I put my sunscreen on before I go to the gym. And then when I come home, I shower. So, I do wind up reapplying. In the summertime, I reapply because in the summertime, I'm more likely to sweat and, be out in the elements. But there are some crazy people on it. Well, let me not call them crazy. There are some enthusiastic people on the internet who will tell you need to reapply 5 times a day, even though you're inside. All right, let's see. Sunscreen came around too late for me, and I was definitely a sun worshiper. So there's damage, but I was glad when Oil of Olay started using sunscreen in their facial lotion. Olay makes some amazing sunscreens. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because like the consumers don't respond to it as well, because they've come out with a couple of bangers that they've discontinued, and a brand's not going to discontinue something that was a seller for them, So I do my part. I work with Olay a lot to talk about their stuff. I use their stuff. I do my part, but I think they unfortunately suffer from the fact that they're a legacy brand that's been around for a really long time. And for some people, they think that's their grandmother or great grandmother's brand. I guess how bad can it be if we supply Roxy pads and Seabreeze? Let them kids act a fool. And TikTok makes it worse with all these trends. That's why an expensive dupe video would be awesome. Oh, I should probably. You're right. Well, I'll try to keep it up here, because. All right, Black Dove investigates. I'm an elder with healthy adult children and a couple of grandchildren. Please censor what your children view online. Oh, I thought you were going to tell me to censor my mouth because I did curse. Sorry. My parents live by a budget, which I could not dictate, period. Yeah, I think, I totally agree with you, but I just find that it's hard to, like you can monitor what they look at in your house, but then they go to school, and even though they don't I would hope they're not letting kids have their phones out in school, but who knows, because unfortunately we have a school shooting situation. Like, I don't, why can't we just live life, right? There's just so many layers to things, but you can't. I feel like as a parent, it's hard to. Well, as a parent, I ain't no parent, but I would empathize with parents because it's like, okay, you can monitor what they're watching at home, but then they get to school and people start talking about stuff, and we know peer pressure is hard, So the kid might not be learn about drunk elephant in your house, but they might be learning about it in the kindergarten. I hope not. In the 4th grade and whatnot. you know. I reapply, but I feel like my skin doesn't like it. Do you use a mineral sunscreen or um and are you wearing makeup? Like tell me more about this and which sunscreen you're using because it might be the formula, you know? Some people reapply with the same sunscreen that they use, which I would do if I wasn't wearing makeup. There are people who use like the what do you call it, like the cotton, not a cotton pad, a powder puff, and they reapply over the makeup with whatever sunscreen they had on. That doesn't work for me. It works for people, but I just use either a like the Supergoop powder brush thing to reapply over my makeup, or I use the spray to reapply over makeup. But of course, you want to make sure that you have your base sunscreen on. Have you tried the Nivea in shower lotion? Ooh. Um, in shower lotion scare me because I'm so clumsy. And I don't have those like, you know, those those things that you put in the shower. I mean, I could buy some, but I used to hate those when my mom would have them when I was a kid because like you got to keep replacing it, and then each time you replace it, you got to like scrub underneath so that everything's even. Unless that mess is coming with like a bar for me to hold, like an actual bar for me to hold on to so I don't slip. I have not tried it. Write it down, big sis. I am gonna forget because I already done forgot already what it was. What was it that I was gonna write down? Can y'all remember? Because I don't. It was a video idea. Um, Damn, thanks, Sarah. Somebody tell me what it was I was supposed to write down because I sure as heck forgot. Started using oil of Olay in the 70s when I was 10. My mom used it. Yup. Yup. I'm so lost what's wait. Oops. I'm so lost with what sunscreen to use. I think chemical makes me break out. Definitely check out my mineral sunscreen playlist. Particularly if you like, okay, here's a couple of things that you can look at. Maybe not the whole playlist because there some of the videos have mineral sunscreens in it that aren't great. I would probably look at the videos like the 2021. I think I did one for 2021, 2022, like the best mineral sunscreens for the year. I don't want to do any more of those type of videos, but I do have a blog post on styleandbeautydoctor.com that I do a running tab of the best ones that I've used thus far. Dupes, expensive dupes. Thank you guys. Video idea, expensive dupes for skincare. Okay, thank you guys, because Lord. Danny O says that she loves the Nivea in shower lotion. I do have a slip pad in my shower too, and I'm clumsy as it comes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, ooh, we've been on here for an hour and 23 minutes, guys. I gotta call back Miss Shirley, so we could talk, and I gotta get me some lunch. Let's see what else y'all are saying in here. My abuelita is Puerto Rican and Mexican, and she uses oil of Olay. Say, Livia, I almost permanently so since this is the day I use that stupid lotion. I slipped and slid just like Little Rich's. Sarah, you gonna make my neck hurt from laughing. My back went out, and not the way shit. See, this is why y'all are my people. She looks like she's in her 60s. I know she does. I know she does. All right, guys. So I'm going to cut out here. I will keep y'all posted on oh, thank you. Happy New Year to you too as well. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on well, not so much keep you posted. You'll see it. What video ideas wind up coming out. Check out the community board. My niece actually puts up those posts. So be nice. And I will see you later. Love you. Bye.